What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest project Zephyrus official build based on Android 12L of course, and this is a 30 June 2022 build. And of course there are the download links and stuff. I'll link the whole post, recommended recovery and stuff in the description, so do not worry. But let me tell you, you will need a TWRP recovery or Orange Box recovery after formatting data, which gets your data partition to F2FS. That will work. So of course that recovery will be linked in the description, so do not worry. And of course you can see this is the hotfix of the ROM, and we have some proximity sensor fix and some other things are also fixed. Of course you can also use Orange Box recovery too, which supports F2FS storage of course. This is how the home screen looks like over here, and this is the pixel launcher that you will get by default here. And to the left of the home screen we still get the Google Status cover page and stuff. And let me tell you, the wallpaper I am using is from the Wallpapers app. I'll link that below too. And if you're wondering about the Android 12L kind of clock widgets, yes, they are working fine if you're noticing. And the animations are buttery smooth, no problems whatsoever that I have faced. Now swiping up over here on the home screen will get you to the app drawer of course, and that works fine. Swiping down anywhere in the home screen will get you to the quick setting panel. This is how it looks like. I'll show you all the toggles later on, but let me show you actually the home screen first. All the other widgets that I'm using are working fine again. But there is no double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen. By the way, you can change the wallpapers just like this. In the widget section there are all the newer Android 12L kind of clock widgets and stuff if you want to add them. By the way, the 120Hz all the time are working fine, and if you're noticing in the TWRP website, it actually registers as 120 FPS over here. So yeah, 120Hz is actually working perfectly fine here, no problems whatsoever. The UI just simply flies, and everywhere it's a buttery smooth experience. Because let me show you from here. Here if you are looking at the data partition, it shows as F2FS. So yes, F2FS generally makes things a lot more faster. F2FS is actually making things a lot more smoother than how it was previously. Right now let me show you the settings panel, and in here this is how it looks like. Looks beautiful I would say. And here inside software information you will get the project Zephyrus logo up there, and of course this is mentioned as Android 12, but this is Android 12L. And if you make this clock to like 12 o'clock, you will get the Android 12's Easter egg over here. Looks beautiful. Let me go back. The security patch is of June 5th 2022, as this is the 30th June build. And here let me show you, we have the Zephyrus version as 12.6, and we have the device maintainer name as Soyuz, and we have the Phantom kernel as the stock kernel here. In the system panel settings we have the live translate and stuff. Also there is a optimization profile, and in here let me tell you that there are the performance kind of benchmarks kind of thing. Look at the other options. These are the options that you will get. You can set it to each option, like for ANX camera and stuff you can set it to camera. But let me tell you, with the performance benchmarks it's not a huge improvement, but it's a minor improvement. You can see from this AnTuTu score, so left and right, and you can see the comparison between like when it was set to no optimization and there is the performance mode. So yeah, you can see that it's just like 100 or 200 kind of score difference. So yeah, not a huge difference, but yeah, that's how it is. Inside gesture and extras we have the quick tap action stuff, and yes, this is the back tap. It works perfectly fine for screenshot and stuff. And we have the advanced reboot right here. Then we get the long press power button toggle torch option. Then if you scroll down more, we have the system navigation gestures. In the settings we have the swipe to invoke assistant, actually working fine I guess. So yeah, if you're noticing. And if you scroll down more, we have the left edge, right edge for back, and the gesture nav bar, radius and the length customization both are there. I have changed it to the fullest, that's why you can see this is how the pill bar looks like. And we have the full screen gestures, then the immersive gesture bar and the haptic feedback options. Let me go back from here. We also get the 2-button and 3-button navigations as well. Then we get the swipe to take screenshot, and I have already enabled that. And as you can see, there's a capture mode, share, edit and delete option. So everything should be working perfectly fine here with those. Also we have the one-handed mode that works perfectly fine here too, and we have the prevent ringing, the music control, then the fingerprint success vibration and the error vibration as well. There's nothing much over here in the system settings, but let me show you the stock camera right now. This is the MIUI camera that you will get by default here, and yes, this one works perfectly fine. Let me show you. There is the front camera, it works perfectly fine. Also in the portrait mode it works great, and if you swipe up you will get all these animations. And yes, 64 megapixel mode might be buggy in the like super bright sunlight out there, but yes, otherwise in indoors it works fine. Also there is a vlog mode, the documents mode, everything is working perfectly fine. Also there is the 2x kind of zoom, and the main lens and the wide angle or the ultra wide angle lens is working perfectly fine here. With the front camera you can shoot up to 1080p 30 fps if you are noticing that, and even with the rear camera again we have up to 4K 30 fps. And if you want to see the super macro mode, that too is working perfectly fine here if you are noticing. So yeah, no problems with the super macro mode or stuff like that. And even you can shoot 4K 30fps pro videos if you are willing to. So you can control the shutter speed, the ISO and stuff. Everything is working super fine here with this MIUI camera, except some minor features which may not work. But yes, otherwise this is perfectly stable camera, and my experience overall with this particular camera was great. No problems whatsoever with the stock MIUI camera, which you are getting by default here. And I think this is particularly the newer MIUI 13 kind of camera. And yeah, it's much more optimized right now. So yeah, stock camera, I have no complaints in this particular ROM. Right now, let me show you the quick setting panel. This is how it looks like. It looks beautiful. We have the brightness slider on the bottom, and yes, you can customize these stuff if you want to. And there's the power menu, and you can directly reboot to the recovery or fast boot from right here. And except for that, we have these kind of quick setting toggles. Now I have added multiple toggles. You have the refresh rate switching option, and the reboot toggle is right there. You can switch to the recovery mode from here, but there is a Moto Dolby audio and the Google Home device controls. Extra dim feature is there, but there is no anti-flicker or the de-streaming mode over here for some reason. I don't know why. And we have the do not disturb, the data saver, battery saver, heads up, nearby share, the screen recording is also there. We get all of these options for the screen recorder. And then we have the always on display enabling or toggling option. And we have the airplane mode, the hotspot, night light, dark theme, auto rotate, flashlight, the Bluetooth device option. And of course it shows the battery percentage right there. Even in the status bar, it shows the battery percentage, but right now for the VoLTE icon, it's not showing in the status bar, but most of the time it does. Right now, let me jump into the settings and show you the more settings. Inside apps, we have all this allow application downgrade, unused apps, etc. Let me go back. We have the network settings. Here we have the combined signal icons, small mobile data type icon, 4G instead of LTE, and we have the Vio Wi-Fi, VoLTE icon, etc. customizations. And we have also the traffic indicator over here if you want to enable that. But let me tell you, in here, in this particular ROM, you won't find a separate customization panel, but the customizations are there in each panel. And let me tell you that inside battery settings, there is no charging cycle seeing option. Yes, I'm kind of disappointed. Most ROMs are not showing charging cycles on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I don't know why, but yeah, that's how it is as of right now, I would say. But in here, in the battery settings, we get a lot of customizations like this AOSP style battery graph. You can see that. Also, the percentage shows up just like that. And we have the battery saver, the adaptive preference, the battery estimates, and the battery style. You can of course change between these many toggles. If you're noticing, I mean the icons of the battery over there in the status bar, I have been using with the icon landscape, right? I am liking it. The battery percentage position you can change, and if you scroll down more, we get the battery temperature, so that's great. And we have the sleep mode, and you can of course enable it, and you can customize the sleep mode too. Or if you're someone who wants really less overnight drain, then you can turn this feature on, and that will really help like to stop the overnight drain, which are like about 15% for the Redmi Note 10 Pro normally. And in the suspend actions, there are much more options, and you can suspend some particular options from here. Then we have the idle manager and stuff, then the left battery text, etc. And of course toggle them out if you want to. But let me tell you, I have tested the battery with the Akku battery app, and with that I have been getting about 9 hours of screen on time, I would say. You can see I have been getting about 8 hours and 40 minutes it shows over here. Then if you check the health, it actually shows I have about 95% health left. So yes, decent battery life, I would say, over here. And even if you want to look at the charging speed and stuff, if you are willing to see those, as you can see, 22% per hour average it shows, but I generally charge like up to 100%, so it won't be showing you the fast charging state or something like that. So yeah, otherwise the charging speed was good enough with a 33 watt fast charger, I would say. And yes, 9 hours of screen on time almost is really good for a device like Redmi Note 10 Pro, which has a 120Hz AMOLED display. So yeah, the battery life is decent on Android 12L on this Project Zephyrus ROM. That's just awesome. Inside sound and vibration, we have the media, volume, ring, etc. controls, and we have the vibrate for calls. If you scroll down more, we also get the Dolby Atmos, and you can customize the Dolby Atmos for each device. Right now it's connected to this particular device, that's why it shows the name over there. Let me go back. We have the touch feedback or the haptic feedback kind of thing. For quick setting panel, status bar, system slider, etc. You can enable it. And we have the dial pad tone, screen lock sound, charging sound, and vibration. And we also get the vibrate to indicate call status. And we scroll down more, we have the left volume dialog or the volume panel. Per app volume control is there, and here I'm playing something in the YouTube Music, and in here with this button you can have the per app volume control. So that's a really great option if you want to switch individual volume for each app. That's a really nice option, I would say. We also get the autoplay whenever you're connecting to a Bluetooth device or something. If you want to have these features, this ROM has those. And we also have the mute media volume on silent mode and stuff. Then we have the screenshot shutter sound. Then we have the pulse equalizer kind of thing for nav bar, lock screen, ambient, etc. options. And we have the clear speaker option as well. Then we get the Mi sound enhancer as well over here with the like Dolby Atmos. You get the Mi Audio Direct 2. That's awesome. And you can choose it to use the region or something. The sound quality via the headphone jack was amazing. We also get the sound presets right here. Then we have the scene mode and we have the hi-fi audio option too. And we also have the customization of haptic feedback overall in the UI. So the vibrator intensity you can customize everywhere. In the display settings, we have the monet theme engine, and in here we have the black theme, and that's the pitch black option. If you are in the dark theme, the pitch black works perfectly fine over here, no issues whatsoever with that. But I have a complaint over here that with this chroma factor and stuff, if I tweak it, it just like gets stuck for a moment, I would say. Let me show you right now. As you can see, the UI is stuck as I have changed that. Right now, yes, it has enabled it, but yes, it takes a moment and I cannot really adjust it perfectly. As you can see, as soon as I scroll it like this, it gets stuck over the UI. So yeah, right now it's fixed over here. So yeah, this is how the experience is overall. And we have the use linear lightness mode. Then we have the brightness level. Then we have the quick setting brightness slider. You can have the bottom brightness slider and all the positions you can change. The brightness control is also there, so you can slide a finger on the status bar to actually control or adjust the brightness of the screen. Really handy feature, I would say. And here we have the lock screen customization. In here we have the carrier label and stuff, secure power menu, and if you scroll down more, we have the large clock, then the show media art, and the always on display scheduling option is there too. Then we have the wake up screen for notification and stuff. Let me go back from here. We have the dark theme and the extra dim feature right here. But I don't know if this is the DC dimming or something, but not really sure why the DC dimming is separately not there. But yes, this make extra dim feature is there. The night light option is there, and we have the status bar like icons, headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons. Let me go back. We have the mic and camera privacy. The status bar double tap to sleep option is also there, and there are the fonts. It doesn't show how the fonts will actually look, but there are plethora of fonts if you're like looking for those. And in here we have the signal kind of icon packs. The normal icon packs over here is present, and also you can change it to Akeras or something. This is how it will look like with the Akeras one. And we have the colored status bar icons. I have disabled that, and even the Wi-Fi icons and stuff you can change. The footer alerts, then the user account icon, all these settings you can disable. Then we have the smooth display or the 120 Hz force refresh rate option is there. Pocket detection option is there. Then the double tap to wake, double tap to sleep on lock screen, and the check phone and the wake up on plug is there. Let me go back over here to the wallpapers and styles, and in here you have the wallpaper changing option, and all the accent colors you can change from right here. Dark theme option is there. The themed icons you can enable, and we get up to 5x5 upgrade normally. And if you go into the change wallpaper section over here, you will get the space option. Then we have the like strange dimensions and a huge amount of other wallpapers that you will get in this particular ROM, like the community lens and stuff. Then the unsplash, etc. options are there. So yes, amazing wallpaper options are there if you're going to look at these. And in here, let me show you the security settings right now. And in the settings panel over here, we do not get the quick unlock, but the quick unlock is actually enabled right out of the box. And right now, let me show you, we have the face unlock right here, and let me actually set it up quickly. And we have the fingerprint option. I have added 2 fingerprints, but before I show you the fingerprint scanner speed and stuff, let me show you the app lock. But here I cannot simply find the app lock because advanced settings, it's just not going in there. Let me actually search over here. I hope it will appear. So as you can see on the bottom, it appeared protected apps, and in here we have this protected app settings, and from here you can lock any particular app that you are willing to, just like this. Also there are the Google Photos and stuff if you are looking for all those. So yeah, no issues with the app lock either. I'll show you, but here let me actually close it out. Let me go home, and right now if I double tap over here, this is how the always on display looks like. By the way, it looks beautiful and it works great. No problems whatsoever with the flickering and stuff. I haven't noticed those. It might happen right now, not really sure. But yeah, as you can see, double tap to wake from the always on display is working perfectly fine. That's a really amazing feature, I would say. And yes, face unlock is working fine if you're noticing. Let me try one more time with the face unlock. If you're noticing that black border on the front camera, it's using the face unlock just like this. So yes, there is the when swiping up on the lock screen for the face unlock in the face unlock settings. If I try to do the face unlock unlocking again from the like always on display, if I double tap, I swipe up on the lock screen, as you can see, it uses the face unlock and it unlocks perfectly fine. And just notice that black border, and it helps while video calling or stuff like that. this Redmi Note 10 Pro has a really small kind of front camera. It has the halo effect if it doesn't have the black border. To actually see it better, you can see on the Snapchat app, as you can see there is the black border over there. So yeah, it works perfectly great, no issues whatsoever. Right now I'll show you the fingerprint scanner speed. So over here you just tap the fingerprint scanner and as you can see it unlocks. It has this ripple kind of effect whenever I'm tapping the fingerprint scanner, just notice that. And it has unlocked already over here. Let me try one more time with this index finger and as you can see, works perfectly fine. I would say the fingerprint scanner speed is very good. No problems whatsoever that I have faced with the fingerprint scanner. It unlocks in a blazing fast way. And it also has this kind of animation whenever you are tapping on the power button. Looks beautiful. Also the app lock, this is how the app lock UI looks like. You can use the pin if you want to. If you tap the fingerprint scanner, as you can see, it gets you into the app wherever you left it. So yeah, app lock is working perfectly fine and even all the animations over here are perfectly working fine. Just notice how much smooth it is while going home or stuff like that. The IR blaster is working great. I hope you can see it on camera. And yes, IR blaster is not a problem on this particular ROM. Also the safety net passes right out of the box over here, so you can use banking apps without any problems. And the DRM info stays as L1 over here, so you can stream Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p without any worries. And if you are wondering about the backup of Google Photos, yes, it does the pixel kind of backup as you are noticing from right here. So yes, unlimited Google Photos backup is there. And talking about the performance, yes, while switching between apps, I did not see any kind of major issues whatsoever. Everywhere the UI just feels buttery smooth, no problems at all while switching to the apps, just like this if you're noticing. Also, let me show you the split top is working perfectly fine. You can switch between apps just like this and just notice how fluid it is while scrolling and stuff like that in both the apps. So yeah, no problems whatsoever with this app split top. And here you can just do this. And if you're wondering about the benchmarks, here are the end-to-end Geekbench score of this particular ROM with the CPU stress test. Almost forgot to mention about the stock dialer. Yes, this is the Google dialer present by default, of course. And here we have the Bluetooth device switching option too. That works great. And VoLTE calling and stuff should be working perfectly fine over here. You will not get a recording option for some reason. But yeah, overall VoLTE calling was not a problem on this particular ROM. So I feel this is one of the best ROMs or best options. There are a lot of custom ROMs based on Android 12L for Redmi Note 10 Pro. And this is one of the best options that I have found so far for the Redmi Note 10 Pro at least. So this one definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I am actually enjoying this ROM. The fluidity and the overall experience on this particular Zephyrus project on the Redmi Note 10 Pro is really amazing. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share this video with your friends if you feel like. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye now.